I was shocked to see Ryan Kelly playing in the Miami game because he'd been out for a while, and then all of a sudden he started to light up the night. He can shoot, that's for sure. I don't know when he found out he was going to play, but the Duke forward joining us at the Dan Patrick Show after putting up 36 against Miami. How surprised were you at your performance?
I was pretty happy about it, to say the least, especially with the win, obviously. And, I didn't really know when I was going to play. I decided the day before. Really had only gotten one literally 20-minute practice in the day before, and just said I was going to go for it. And thank goodness the ball went in the basket.
Coach K has said it was one for the ages. He's been around a long time, Ryan.
Pretty amazing thing to hear from your coach. I don't have any words for it. Honestly, it was an unbelievable experience, and I'm just glad that, there were times where I didn't know whether or not I was going to come back through my injury, and I'm glad I was able to come back and be with my teammates and get a couple more chances to play in Cameron in front of the Crazies.
Do you think your career was over?
I think obviously not my basketball career, but I didn't know. There were times where, with feet, you don't know how long it's going to take. And, obviously I was hoping and praying and doing everything I could to put myself in a position with the help of my training staff to get back out on the court. But I just didn't know. And the bottom line was, at some point, I just had to go out there and play and see if I could take it. And, obviously I could.
At what point when you got to Duke did you realize how much people either love or hate Duke around the country?
Oh, yeah. I noticed that probably before I even got here. Being from, I moved down to North Carolina when I was a little kid. And when you're kind of thrown in the middle of the wild ACC, even the kids at your school, they love Duke or they hate it. I love that position. I love having fans wherever we go, and I love being hated wherever we go. And I love when, there's been all this talk, obviously, about court storming, and that's just the type of stuff that motivates us. We don't want teams to celebrate, but also when they do celebrate, that's a sign of respect.
What do they say to you? How do they make fun of you on the court?
On the court, nobody's saying anything about our program or anything like that. But there's always people. It's funny. I've got friends that go to about every ACC school. My high school's produced literally guy plays at Wake Forest, guy plays at Florida State, guy plays at North Carolina, and it's always fun to have that friendly rivalry. And obviously, whenever we get in the gym together, we always want to beat each other.
Talking to Ryan Kelly, the Duke forward, put up 36 on Miami. Joining us, Dan Patrick Show. The nickname. Who came up with that nickname?
The White Raven?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. It's stuck, I guess.
Wait, but what's it mean, Ryan? The White Raven.
Well, I went to Ravenscroft High School. We were the Ravens, so I would assume that's where that came from.
White Raven.
And then obviously, I'm white.
Wait. but do you need the obvious that you're white? Can't you just be the Raven?
Well, I guess the Raven's not white.
But okay, all right. So the White Raven, I guess. Yeah, I saw that nickname and I went, I don't know if that you like that or not. And are you allowed? I don't see too many Duke guys growing beards. Coach K has no problem with a beard.
Yeah, well, once Brian Zubek grew one and we won a national championship, I guess it was okay. I did ask permission though.
And Coach K said what?
Yeah, he said it's all right as long as I played well with it.
Give me a sense of why Coach K was upset in the Virginia game when the fans run on the floor and you've lost the game. Give us an idea of what that feels like. How much danger, nervous, what?
Well, obviously, in the situation I was in that game, I wasn't playing, so I was on the bench, and their staff their security did a really good job of keeping people away from the bench. But first off, when you're on the court, there's certainly fear that you don't know what'll happen. It's just uncontrollable. And then, the bigger issue kind of for us in that game just happened to be kind of near the corner where we had to get out. There was no clear pathway for us to get off the court. and they took care of it as fast as they could, but there's no question that there's some safety issues, and that's not saying that storming the court's something I don't appreciate and understand. I think like I said earlier, it's something that as us as a school at Duke, we understand that teams want to do that against us. Fans want to do that against us because we have tradition and we're always a top program.
Why was Coach K so angry though? Yeah, I mean, this happens to you guys every time you lose. Somebody storms the court, but something had to have been said to Coach K in that moment for him to get that upset.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, to be honest with you. There was something that happened in the corner as we were trying to get out. I think we just couldn't get off quick enough, and fans were pouring out, and there was no way for us to get off the court.
All right, White Raven, good luck. What's your health status as far as the rest of the year? Are you ready to go now?
Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Obviously, I got to get in a little better shape. I don't know how I survived for 32 minutes, but I managed to. And
are you going to have a James Harden beard by the end of the tournament?
No, that's not the plan. I try and keep it a little bit cleaner than that.
All right. What class you got?
Fortunately, no classes today, which is nice.
Really?
I've gotten way ahead, which is a very good thing. So don't worry. The public policy major is doing his job.
All right, that's all. Just checking up on you. I want to make sure you're not mailing it in there.
Of course not.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Ryan Kelly. Good kid. The White Raven.